this is with excuse me for being. This is real money. This has to have real resources, and you better plan ahead, or you will not have the money in the cap that we're in, and then it is actually okay. We really did turn the ball over. We really did not do those things that resulted in us having I thought, a hell of a team. And I sure thought one that had a chance to get there. Really did last year. And I thought we had the quarterback to do it. I did the year before too. I think so this year. But it's not a make-believe feeling. Now what that means is I don't have time to sit here and really say, Jerry, you're sitting here and you've been in the NFL all these years. So we're losing some of the guys that I've been involved with. And I thought, Jerry, those guys, love for him to have gotten a Super Bowl. Love for him to have gotten a Super Bowl. Love for him to have got a Super Bowl. So the thing happens is you can be outstanding. There he was a former player. He understood football, loved football, and was all into football, did everything he could to get to a Super Bowl. Where I'm coming from is I don't start the year off, or I don't start my days off with anything but, boy, I'm going to have to get out here and I can yuck it up, or I can have fun doing it and that type of deal. But inside there's some serious licking. Really are. And this year we didn't want to make a big to-do about it or anything, but we needed to retool the offense. And we need to retool the vernacular and who was coaching it. We need to do that.
So ladies and gentlemen, that was Jerry Jones talking about the urgency to win a championship with the Dallas Cowboys in 2023 and beyond. And a whole lot of nothing, if I do say so myself. And just for him to say at the very end, we got to retool the offense. That's what we did. And we got to just, do all this other crap. We're going to just talk about overall the urgency that Jerry Jones has shown throughout the years and just where we stand now. And is what he's saying making any sense? Let's dive straight into it. Now, before we begin today's video, if you guys could hit the like button, that'd be greatly appreciated. Also, subscribe if you're new and hit the notification bell as well. Over 87% of you guys watching are not subscribed. So, as I say in every video, for a reason, if you keep coming back and you enjoy the content, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell as well, because YouTube loves to not send notifications to people. So, with that being said, Jerry is an interesting fellow. We have talked on this channel about how him and his son have shown no will to try in free agency to attempt to build a team that can win a championship. Now, I want to make it clear when I'm saying this. I'm not saying the Cowboys are a bad team. They're not. I think they are a good team that can make the postseason. Where I have a gripe with the team is they don't have enough oomph from free agency or trades or even the draft, even though they draft relatively well, to get them to that next level. Now, again, matchups are key, and on top of that, you'll be playing certain teams that arguably are built better than you, and things can go whatever way. Nothing is guaranteed in the National Football League. However, that doesn't mean you can't try. You look at a team like the Philadelphia Eagles, a team that went to a Super Bowl, won it, had a couple seasons where they made the postseason. The whole thing fell apart, and then a couple years later, got back in the championship. They nearly won it. Unfortunately for them, fortunately for us, they lost. And then you look at the Chiefs. They retooled their roster. They have an alien quarterback, an amazing coach, an amazing front office that just... there's a reason they're the next dynasty in the NFL. And then you look at teams like the Bengals, the Bills, the 49ers, every other team. Now, I want to make it clear, just because you make these moves does not guarantee you anything. However, the blueprint shows that if you go all out add pieces to your team to make your team better, your odds of getting to a championship, getting a better seeding to get you in a better position to get there is higher. There's a reason why the Cowboys haven't been to an NFC Championship game for my entire lifetime. And Jerry has shown no urgency. It's kind of like, okay, this is what we had to do. I felt like we were there before, but that's not urgency. Urgency would be like if I came out, and let's say I was the GM of the Dallas Cowboys, and what exactly happened last year happened, and now I have full control over what we can do. I'm saying, listen, at the end of the day, we need to make some moves that will put us over the top. Of course, like, you got to say it more politically correct in the sense of you're not showing your hand. Hey, we looked at what happened last year. We didn't like the results, but we need to make changes on the coaching staff and the personnel to ultimately get us there. Now, Jerry talks about Odell Beckham Jr. He talks about all these guys, right? Doesn't matter, dude. If you're not going to spend the money like you've shown over the entire Dak Prescott era not to do so in free agency, again, the most money you spent on an outside free agent throughout this entire cycle is Gerald McCoy, a guy that never played a snap for your team, and the only reason you didn't have to pay a dime of the contract was because you have a stipulation where if he had a quad injury, none of the money he got paid for. You see what I mean? And then, you got guys like Nolan Carroll had a $10 million contract that was guaranteed. I know other guys like Cedric Thorson and all this other bullshit that you gave to these players. You haven't had an outside free agent really hit outside of like some of the 1-year guys, and that's cool, but you've never dived into it. And you keep saying, oh, we got to stay in the middle because of the cap situation so they can do this and that. Bro, you do that if you're in the rebuilding phase and then you go all out. The Eagles showed that perfectly. The Chiefs have shown they can retool on the fly. The Cowboys think that they're the New England Patriots dynasty without anything resembling the New England Patriots dynasty. And by the way, which is hilarious, is that team made moves. They've added players. They've made trades. They went into free agency. Like, we're talking about a team that added Darrelle Revis and ultimately won a championship because they made that move. They added Stephon Gilmore and they won something. Like, this is the bullshit I'm talking about, bro, is that you need to make these moves, and you not making these moves is where I have a gripe with Jerry and why I'm doing these series of videos of individually talking about them. And the last one I'm going to end off on is Dak. I think he needs to request the trade. I'm going to explain in detail why. People might agree with me. People might think I'm fucking crazy, but I don't give a shit anymore. And the reason for that is because Jerry Jones is continuously making it so people my age that have not seen the championship glory of the Dallas Cowboys become harder and harder to be in a situation where we can be actively rooting for the team as optimistically as other fans do. Because if you don't show us you're trying, there's no incentive for us to stop being apathetic. That is my problem. If you were a team that tried to win a championship by making these moves and you failed, I'm not bitching and complaining. Sure, I might complain about the move and say this was a mistake, X, Y, and Z, but I'm not going to complain about your lack of trying. Jerry Jones added guys like Terrell Owens, Leroy Glover, Mark Colombo in free agency, and a handful of other individuals that I can go through. Has he missed on some? Yes, but he had made some hits. And I'm telling you right now, being aggressive is way more easier and more, incentivized than just not doing anything. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take. And the Dallas Cowboys will continue to be a good enough team to get to the postseason, first round exit, or maybe win a playoff game depending on the matchup, and then bullshit their way out of the postseason and try to find out what the next scapegoat rather than it being the front office. I'm telling you right now, I do not give a shit about the names on the jerseys. It's all about the star. And if you continue to blame the players rather than the front office, we have a problem. Because it's the front office's job to make this decision. If they feel like, oh, well, we don't like that Dak Prescott's making all this money, it's on them not to give him the money and move on. Oh, we don't like that we're giving this person too much money. Don't pay him. Stop making it a rigmarole. That's all I got to say, guys. I mean, I don't have much more to say other than the bullshit that the Joneses love to spew, but I don't know. What do you guys have to say down below? Please make sure to leave a like, subscribe if you're new, and hit the notification bell as well. I will catch you guys in the next one. Have a good one. This is Space Cowboy Media signing out.